it's Stella, and today we have a dating video because for some reason YouTube is pushing my old dating horror story video, and that was 2 years ago. So I feel like we are in need of a updated dating video, and it kind of comes at like a perfect time because I'm recently single. Last week was like the worst week of my life. We ended up breaking up for like the 60th time. It's just like I'm single again and I'm not ready to date really, but I do kind of like want to remind myself how to date whenever that time comes around and I'm ready to just get back out there. So while I'm refreshing myself, I actually have like notes in my phone because I've been wanting to do this video, and I just feel like now is the perfect time to do it, not only for myself but for you guys. And I know someone had requested how to deal with a breakup video, but I feel like this is kind of like 2 in 1. Like really it's just, you know, taking time for yourself, getting back out there, but more importantly, like knowing your self-worth before you can be with someone else. So I think that this video is going to be really helpful for you guys, and I really hope you get a lot out of it. I'm doing fine now. I'm good. I just like, my last relationship really just showed me how much I'm ready for like a real relationship with someone. Unfortunately, it's not him, which is fine. I mean, if someone's not for you, they're not for you, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today. So I'm not like too weird about it. I'm just like really sad because, you know, I obviously really liked him, and it just, no matter how many times we got back together, it was just never going to work out, and it really sucks. So right now I'm going to take you through my top 10 dating hacks, and hopefully they can be applied to you in some way, and I hope you get a lot out of it. So here we go. And I'm also making this video because I have like 5 hauls to film and I cannot focus because I just can't focus because I'm thinking about this guy, and it's just, I hope he's okay. So let's get into it. Number 10 I'm starting with because I've talked about it before in my plus size life hack video. This is full body photos if you choose to online date. I personally have kind of moved on from online dating. I feel like all the apps are just really hard to navigate, and I feel like there's just so many people just looking to hook up. I'm kind of past that point in my life, and honestly getting out and just being so confident in real life has shown me the people that I can meet in real life. So I'm past the dating app stage of my life, but if you're there, full body photo as your first photo. I don't care if every other photo is literally like the frame you see right here, but someone needs to know what you look like. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Some people just don't want to date bigger girls or guys. If you're watching, that's just the truth. And I think the more honest you are up front, it doesn't need to be a thing. Like literally when I date now, my weight's never really even brought up unless I'm talking about what I do for work. Even that's becoming so obsolete. Like obviously people know you're overweight. They look at you, they can see you. So make sure you're not deceiving anyone or, you know, trying to hide something right off the bat. Just the more open and honest you are, the better. And also in saying that, when guys say, oh, I like thick girls, or oh, I like the big girl, it's not a compliment. Move on. Number 9 is that you are human too. You are not less than someone else who may be on the app. I know that when I was on dating apps, a lot of the problems I had were like comparing myself. So one time, I'm gonna tell the story, it's so embarrassing. So like I would say about a year and a half ago, I just wanted to see my LA competition, right? So I signed up as a guy on Tinder, and I was like, oh, I'm a guy interested in females. And I just wanted to see who I was competing against, even though it's not a competition, but we're not there. So I was swiping and I was like, oh my gosh, comparing myself to all these girls. And then when I went back on as me, I just felt like not as great as other people, and I also felt like I wasn't good enough. And sometimes, like in real life, when I meet people, it's just like really hard because I'm in LA too, so there's the land of beautiful people. It's really hard, and sometimes you have to remind yourself like you're beautiful too, and like you are amazing and gorgeous and all these different things and all these good qualities as well. So I think a really want to hit home with you is like, you're not less than someone else because they look different than you. You're not less than someone else because you're bigger than them, or, you know, you're darker than them, or whatever the stereotype may be. You are just as important, but you're also just equally as human as them. Like at the base level of everything, you are equal to that person. And I don't want anyone to feel like they're less than, because dating's really hard and it's really intimidating. There's so many options because there's so many people in this world, but there's also a lot of single people and there's also a lot of taken people. You shouldn't hold yourself back because of the other people. Someone's you're not for everyone and someone else is not for you. You know, you're not interested in every single thing. So don't feel like you have to be something that you're not to be noticed, because the person that's going to want to be with you is going to want to be with you and respect you and think you're gorgeous and think you're beautiful. And they don't have the opportunity to feel that way if you're trying to be someone that you're not. I mean, think about it this way. What if someone that you're interested in was looking for you, but you were so busy trying to be someone else or someone that you look up to? Like, you say, even me, say you were trying to be me and you're not me. They're not looking for me. They're looking for you. So take a step back, remember who you are, remember you're just as equal as everyone else, and own it. Because if you own it, someone else is going to own it and they're going to be so happy that they found you. This leads into number 8. Number 8 today is confidence. It takes a lot of confidence to date in 2019. A lot of people are just looking to hook up. For some reason, people my age just don't want to get booed up. A lot of commitment issues, whatever. But if you are confident in what you want, if you are confident in who you are, not cocky, then you shouldn't have that much of a problem dating. And actually, I learned this probably late 2017, I would say fall of 2017. When I started dating, I just had this newfound confidence. And it's so bad because I used to have confidence with men that were less than the kind of guy I knew I was worth. And I would like try to control them and try to like take over their life because I couldn't be confident enough in myself to get a guy that I knew I was worth. As of late 2017, I've been like transitioning, and now I'm fully into being confident enough to date the kind of man that I know I'm worth. And it sucks because like even the last guy I was dating, he was like, "You're settling for me." And then I was like, "No, I'm not." And then I started to think about it. I was like, well, maybe. So I don't ever want you to feel like you're settling. We'll get more into that later, but just be confident in whoever you are. This ties back into what I just said. If you are confident in whatever you have to offer, a guy is going to appreciate that. Like, guys or girls, I don't know your sexuality, but if you are confident in who you are, the person that you seek to be with, they're going to appreciate and like admire you for that, for just being you. Like I said before, the person that's gonna want you isn't gonna want me, isn't gonna want someone else. They're gonna want you. So just be confident in whatever you have to own, whatever characteristics it is about you, whatever you look like. If you just own it, and I'm not saying you don't have to like scream it to them, but if you just are saying, hey, this is me, take it or leave it, like that kind of confidence, they're gonna take it or they're gonna leave it. And trust me, they'll take it. Number 7 is also incredibly important. We have got to keep it clean, ladies. And I feel like there's such a bad stereotype with bigger women smelling, and it's just very important that you stay clean. We've talked about this in my life hack video, but I just want to brush on it again. Make sure that you are, you know, taking care of yourself. Are you bathing regularly? Are you making sure everything's balanced? And are you fresh? Like, those are very important things. I have this dope spray I use from Summer's Eve. If you're like a guy, no, please don't attack me. Like, it's honestly saved my life because I don't like baby powder. I feel like the whole baby powder and the panties thing your auntie tries to teach you is like so outdated. But this spray is like the same thing, except it's not like baby powder. So I honestly swear by this. It keeps me fresh literally all day. I spray it every morning after my shower. Again, if you're a guy, no, just like don't attack me right now. But yeah, keeping everything fresh down there, making sure your pits don't stink, like shower, making sure you smell good. You don't need to overload with perfume, especially if it's a good perfume. You only need one spray in the hot spots. Like, just breathe. I get the comment all the time, like, you look like you smell good, and I do smell good in real life. So it's that kind of like feminine energy that you should probably, you know, aspire to have, just like being clean and, you know, just fresh. The little bit of effort you do to make sure that you're fresh is also like fighting the bigger fight of the bad stereotypes we have against bigger people. So do your part, I'm doing my part, and make sure that everything is clean. Number 6 is so important to me because I used to be really bad at this. Number 6 is wearing something comfortable. When I used to go on dates, I would wear the most uncomfortable items, and I would tug at it at the dinner table. I would tug on it while we walk. I would adjust and fix. You shouldn't have to do that with anything you're wearing. So if you go on a date, wear something not only appropriate for the date. If you're going to the movies, don't wear a business casual suit. If you're going to dinner, don't wear a bathing suit. You get my point. wear something comfortable, wear something appropriate for the date. If you guys want a dating haul video, let me know. I'll tell you some of my favorite things to wear. But if you are novice and new to this, like I was 2 years ago, and I always used to talk about this, wear something awesome. Make sure that you don't over accentuate parts you don't need to. Like, you don't need to have your boobies all out. You don't need to have your butt all out. You don't need to do too much extra. If you want to, great. But don't feel like you need to do that to be seen, because you're already noticed, you're already on a date, you're already appreciated enough to be taken out on a date. Don't feel like you need to overexpose yourself to get attention, because honestly, that's probably not the attention you're gonna want unless you do want it. But if you're looking for a serious relationship, probably not. So don't feel like you need to give more of yourself away just to get some kind of attention in return. Number 5 is don't settle. I personally am struggling with this one a little bit. I don't date the kind of boys I used to date. And now when I date the kind of guys that like remind me of my past, but they're like a couple levels up from what I used to date. But it's the same type of guy. And I think that this ties into not settling, because I need to like expand more on the kind of men I date. And I feel that I do have like a type, but I'm not necessarily like into my type all the way, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like there's different races I could date. I feel like there's different kinds of guys I could date. But point being, don't settle. So in saying this, I started this lesson about last August 2018, when I started dating. That's when I started dating again after my last breakup, my last like big breakup. I feel like there's a lot of ways to settle, right? So like last year's boyfriend, he was hot, sure, but he was like lacking in a lot of other areas of life, like real effort and work and ambition, whatever. And like when I used to date years ago, my boyfriends would be like kind of scrubs, and I would think that's okay, because again, they were like weaker and I felt like I could take advantage of them, and it was just not a good situation. But don't settle for a man that's less than you because you feel comfortable enough for the situation. So the last guy I dated this year, the one that I just ended with, he would always ask me like, are you settling with me? And I would always be like, no, I'm not. But it got me starting to think like, you kind of remind me of my exes, like maybe I should explore different kind of guys if I'm interested, and not feel like I like have to date you just because everything's going well. It's just like a weird situation with me. I think I'm at the point now where I need to like expand the kind of guys I'm dating. And like a year ago when I started dating again, I've dated like every kind of guys in different like careers, like doctors, engineers, artists, like people I said I would never date. I've dated them just to see like, hey, what's out there. And I think that's so important. And I think that stems from not settling. If you are able to date different types of people, you're going to really figure out what kind of personality you want, what kind of career lifestyle you want to be with, what you work with, what you don't work with. Like, I worked great with the doctor, but I didn't work so great with the musician. Like, things like this, they really help round you out in your dating profile and like what you want to date. So like, will I ever date an artist again? I would love to say no, but if I do, I know that what kind of lifestyle comes with that. And I know that, hey, like, okay, maybe I could put up with this and this and this, but I'm not going to settle my values or morals to do so. When I was a young fish in this pond of dating, I used to have the really, really bad problem of paying for everything. And now I'm like not there. And I think that goes back to the whole confidence issue. Like, oh wow, I can't believe someone's on a date with me. I need to put in like way more effort. No, you don't need to pay for everything. I'm not really the person that should be giving this advice, because I am like really traditional in my lifestyle. So I do believe a guy should pay for the full first date. I do believe I don't believe like at this point in my life that you should kind of pay for any date until you're together, because I feel like guys need to put in effort with me. And if you're not putting in a lot of effort, then why are we doing this? Because obviously like I need to feel like you really want this, because if not only are there other people that may want to date me, but on top of that, like I just need to know that I'm not just another person to you. I just need to know that I'm not just another date. Like, I want you to see me how I see myself, as like the woman I've worked so hard to become for my next man. I'm not settling. I'm not backing down. I'm not giving in any way, because I've done so much work on myself, which is really important before you date. So I'm prepared for the kind of man that I want to be with. And I feel like the last guy I was with, he really appreciated that, and I appreciated that he appreciated it, but he didn't appreciate it to a level I need. Like, first of all, I'm a Leo. I'm gonna say this every dating video, because I do think it's a problem. I get it, but there's a reason. I'm a Leo. And also, I just feel like I have done so much to work on myself, and I just need a little acknowledgement for that. Not like these guys don't know who I was before them, but they should know the things I do for you in the dating process. Like, one, not every woman's gonna do that for you. Two, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what I'm willing to do for you as your girlfriend if we get there. And also, like, there's not another me. So I just feel like paying for everything used to be a way for me to like keep a guy around and be like, oh, well, look, I'm super in it. But I don't feel that way anymore. And I feel like you do need to be taken care of. And I do feel like you should be taken care of a little bit more, and that, you know, you should be a little spoiled. And I feel like a guy needs to appreciate his woman, and a way to do that is paying for things. And I'm not saying that, oh, the only way a guy can show affection is money. I don't agree with that at all. I've dated a guy like that this year. No, that's not what I'm saying at all, because obviously like that doesn't work. I thought it did. That's why I dated him. I was like, oh, if he just pays for everything, that's gonna be great. No, it's not the same. Like, the emotional part needs to be there as well. But I do feel like there's something about the chase. There's something about, you know, earning you as a woman. And I feel that when a guy not only pays for things and he like shows you like, I'm able to provide, he's also showing you that he cares. And a bigger thing, ladies, is letting your man provide and letting him care for you and letting him show you that maybe he does want to take care of you. I feel like in 2019, with so many like equal rights, I'm into it, but also a man wants to feel like a man. And sometimes he wants to care for you and wants to show off for you and wants to provide things for you. And I think as women, we need to like let a man do that. And especially as bigger women, we need to be able to experience that without guilt, because it's very important that we don't feel like we have to earn some guy's affection by maybe paying for his dates or anything like that. No, it's like, if a man wants to do that for you, he will. And we should let him, because it's nice to be treated and it's nice to be like yearned for. It says a lot about a man as a provider if he's able to do that. So don't pay for everything. Paying for some things is cool, but don't feel like you have to pay for things just to keep him around. Number 3 kind of ties into number 2, but we'll start here. Don't change for anyone but yourself. A lot of people feel like they need to change before they start dating. Lose weight, change their hair, become more appealing, become more like someone they inspire, whatever. No. Any change you want to make should be so internal, it's undeniable that the change is meant for you. And if you are doing something that's even slightly remotely because it's trendy, or slightly remotely because you feel like it's going to better your chance with a man, it's not going to work. I have a guy friend right now who is losing a lot of weight, and he's like, oh, you know, I have better chances with the ladies. I'm like, so that leads to number 2, be true to yourself. And if you don't know who you are yet, learn yourself. Take the time to be single. You don't need to be with anyone right now. You don't need to date if you don't know who you are. How are you gonna offer someone something, but you don't even know what that gift is yet? Discover your gift, discover who you are, discover what you like, what you don't like, what you want in someone for real, and what you definitely don't want in someone. Do it to the extent where you don't need to date yet to do that. Figure out what you're willing to tell yourself first, and then start dating, and then add to that and subtract from that list. That way you can really know who you are, because if you don't have a sense of who you are, then how can you offer yourself to someone else? They're gonna be just as confused as you are, or why you're even there, and how do you explain yourself? How do you carry yourself? What's your purpose? Who are you? It's heavy stuff, so take the time to learn it. Take a year off, take a 2-year off, take the time to do that, because you gotta know you and you gotta respect you. Date yourself first. I did that this year for the first time. I dated myself. I really like dated myself and pretend that I was dating myself. And it was awesome, because I learned not only what I want out of a partner, but also more about myself and who I am and what kind of things I like about me, what kind of things I don't like about me and I wanna change. Really just a true sense of my authentic self. So definitely learn yourself before you welcome someone else into your life. That way, when you welcome someone else into your life, it's not out of a place of need, but out of want, and it's out of a place of joy and not struggle, because your partner's supposed to add to your life, not make your life. Number 1, I'm gonna hit some of you really hard with, so be prepared, brace yourself, but it's be accepting to love. You deserve love. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be in love. And I feel that a lot of times people our size feel like they don't deserve it. And it's not about deserving it. It's about the birthright of experiencing love. You are allowed to experience love. You are allowed to be happy. You're allowed to put yourself in situations where you're experiencing goodness. And It doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be a fight. It shouldn't be, really. You deserve to be treated how you want to be treated. You deserve to be cared for. You deserve to be loved and taken out. You deserve to be cherished. You deserve to be held. You deserve to be booed up. It's already a right that you have to experience those things. And you have to accept love. And sometimes, you know, we get so scared of love that we don't take the love because, oh no, after all this work, I'm not ready, or I don't deserve it, or why me, or you don't want me, do you? No, accept it. If you're at a place with someone who's willing to love you and you feel that it's true when it's meant for you, then accept it. Don't be scared of it. Embrace it. Get all the goodness out of it. Because what's gonna happen, a lot of times this does happen. I remember when I was a little bit more insecure, this happened. I would push away love because I didn't feel worthy of it. I didn't feel like someone like you should love me. I didn't feel like someone like you should want to be seen with me. Someone like you should want to date me. And that's for the birds. Seriously, all of it's for the birds. And I just want you to be open enough with yourself to experience the kind of love that is waiting for you when you're ready, and the kind of love that someone wants to give to you because they have fallen in love with you. And how not only rude is it to yourself, but the person you're dating, to push away someone else's love because you're too scared of it. How scared do you think they are offering their love to you? So be accepting the love. You do deserve it. And I don't know who's going to tell you that, so I'm making sure I'm telling you that now. That's my most important one. That one might be the hardest one to work toward or get, but I think that's my most important one that I want you to know. And I remember for a lot of years of my life, I didn't think I deserved it, and I settled for a lot less because I didn't understand the concept of I deserve real love. And when someone showed me what real love looks like, it changes you. You know, it changes your perspective. It changes how you've been dating. It changes what you thought love was, and it changes a lot. It changes for every person you date after them. Even, you know, if it doesn't work out, it changes how you date, because like you understand that this world is so big and one person can fill up your world. It's super cool. And I think that not only am I super deserving of love with whoever I date next, I feel like you deserve it too. And if you haven't had that person yet that's shown you what love is, actual love is, then not only do I wish that for you, but I wish that when you accept it and embrace it, it's every single thing that you've ever wanted out of a relationship. It's every single thing that you wanted and thought love was. And it's every single thing you've been wanting. This sucks. All right, guys, those are my top 10 dating hacks I have for you. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you learned something about yourself. And I hope that you really sit with what I've said today. I hope you not only expand your horizons, but you also expand your self-worth and really understand who you are. Because every single one of you deserves to be loved, and every single one of you deserves to experience true happiness and joy. And I just want to help you guys achieve that, and help myself achieve that, and, you know, stay ready. Because when the person that's supposed to be with you, call me a romantic, the person that's supposed to be with you, when they find you, I feel that as long as you're ready, you'll meet them when you're supposed to, and you'll be really, really happy, and it'll be great. So that's all I have for you right now. I will see you guys very, very soon. As always, love, Stella. Toodles.